not all white people. This is the same misplaced attention as not all men. If it's cops, judges, lawyers in small towns and big cities, if it's church leaders, mayors, governors, presidents, neighbors, or your high school friend group, then there's no safety in assuming not all of us. It's shifting focus away from the real harm being done to black people to focus on our comfort. It was white-led curriculum that taught me that Lincoln ended slavery and Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks fixed racism. It was white historians that hid the fact that entire thriving black neighborhoods, communities, full cities were impoverished by racist laws and lending, divided and decimated by city planning, or literally bombed from the sky. It was white church leaders that preached a Bible of less worthy people based on their skin color, of the righteousness of sticking to your own kind. It was white revolutionaries who decided to abolish slavery, except for people who have been convicted of a crime, incentivizing a criminal justice system that literally profits from a massively disproportionate black inmate population of free labor. It was white local leaders who decided that law enforcement would value white property over black lives. It was white businessmen that tricked, cheated, and lied their way to taking successful ideas, products, and systems from anyone with a little extra melanin who finally did pull themselves up by their bootstraps. It was white administrators who made separate entrance exams, filtered for black-sounding names, and didn't give the same financial support for students of color who were on the brink of being the first in their family to reach for higher education. And it was white politicians who find new ways to restrict and eliminate black voting rights and representation at every level of local, state, and federal elections. We don't have to try and defend ourselves as individuals for the evils of the past. We can just listen. Black voices are not the ones accusing us. We are. We choose to be a target of accusation in identifying with those people, in finding ways to defend actions, policies, and systems that we know are not right. Instead, we can exercise humility when listening to that history, to the voices, the demonstration, that news story. We can choose to hear when nearly every face that doesn't look like ours is telling us something that doesn't fit the story that resides in our brain. And we can choose to elevate that voice, to stand in front of whatever figurative or literal weapon is hurled, to stand against those destructive policies. One post from a white face, one protest from a white body, one defense with white privilege is power used for good. And if we get it wrong, if we offend while trying to be an ally, that's okay. We can listen with the same humility again and keep trying. That discomfort is part of stepping out from behind the protection we have often been given without our knowledge or consent. Instead of fighting against a phrase that brings us discomfort, we can use that fuel and fight against those things that bring actual harm.